President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi expressed his appreciation for the Egyptian women on the occasion of the International Women's Day. On his official account, the President said that despite the difficulties and the challenges, the Egyptian women maintain their distinguished personality, stressing that the woman is the voice of conscience and mercy. The head of state added that women are the icons of unique and humanitarian work. Greetings to the Egyptian women on the International Women's Day. First Lady Mrs. Intisar al-Sisi met with a number of Egyptian women considered as role models in different fields on the occasion of the International Women's Day. On her social media official account, Mrs. al-Sisi said that she was honored to meet the bundle of inspiring women, as each of them reflects the power of giving and determination, embodying the spirit of the Egyptian successful women in all domains. Egypt's First Lady vowed to resume support to all the women who work to realize their dreams and serve the nation. Meanwhile, the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres said that the women's rights are under attack, warning that the world cannot stand by as progress is reversed. At a United Nations event on the eve of the International Women's Day, Guterres said that centuries of discrimination against women were being exacerbated by the new threats. He stressed that the digital tools are also often silencing the women's voices, amplifying bias and fueling harassment, and the online violence is escalating into real-life violence. He urged the world to fight back, stressing that the gender equality was not just about the fairness, it is rather about power. On the sidelines of his participation in the emergency ministerial meeting of the Organization of the Islamic Cooperation in Jeddah, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Migration and the Expatriates, Badr Abdulati, held a meeting with the Palestinian Prime Minister and the Foreign Minister Mohammed Mustafa, as well as a number of other foreign ministers, reviewing the outcomes of the summit, as well as the files of mutual interest. The details follow.
Minister of Foreign Affairs, Immigration and Expats Badr Abdulati held a meeting with Palestinian Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Mohammed Mustafa on the sidelines of the emergency ministerial meeting of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation (OIC) in Jeddah. The meeting tackled the outcomes of the gathering after the Arab League counter-proposal to American President Donald Trump's controversial plan to take over Gaza and displace its residents. For his part, Palestinian Premier and Foreign Minister said he is looking forward to the Reconstruction Conference, which will be hosted by Egypt and held in coordination with the United Nations, hailing the Egyptian efforts to guarantee the continuation of the ceasefire deal with its 3 phases. Abdulati also met with his Turkish counterpart Hakan Fidan and addressed the latest developments in the Palestinian territories, reviewing the outcomes of the extraordinary Arab Summit. During the meeting, Abdulati briefed Fidan on the Arab plan for the early recovery and reconstruction of Gaza, in line with the Egyptian efforts to summon ceasefire agreement and implement its phases. In addition, both ministers exchanged points of views concerning the latest security developments in Syria, voicing concern and the full support of their countries for the independence of the Syrian people. In his meeting with his Iranian counterpart Abbas Araghchi, Abdulati stressed the importance of reducing tension, escalation and exercising self-restraint at this critical point and the critical phase that the region is witnessing. They also tackled the outcomes of the extraordinary Arab Summit held in Cairo and the Arabs' endorsement of its plan for Gaza's reconstruction. The meeting also tackled the Arab Summit's welcome to Egypt for hosting an international reconstruction conference in cooperation with the Palestinian government and the UN to mobilize the necessary fund to implement the Arab plan.
And still with the activities of the Egyptian top diplomat in Jeddah, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Migration and the Egyptian Expatriates, Badr Abdulati, held a meeting with the Somali counterpart Ahmed Muallam Fiqi, stressing the Egyptian support to the Somalian stability and to enhance the mutual cooperation in different fields. They also discussed the situation in the African Horn and the Red Sea regions, and agreed on resuming consultations to achieve security and face the current challenges. With his Uzbek counterpart Bakhtiar Saidov, Abdulatif's talks covered the ways of boosting bilateral ties in various domains, especially the economic and trade ones. Also on Saturday, the Egyptian top diplomat received a phone call from the Benin counterpart Olusegun Bakari, where Abdulatif renewed the Egyptian commitment to support the development efforts in Benin through expanding economic cooperation. Bakari hailed the deeply rooted bilateral ties and expressed hope to visit Cairo in the near future.